Facebook, and Instagram. Hey, today I'm talking about how to triple, double, 10x, etc. your output. I'm just gonna move this a little bit so you can see me. Hi. So if you're new, I'm Melanie. I run a real estate team with my husband, and I am top 90 at my brokerage out of 87,000. We also have a course helping other realtors grow, scale, and maintain their team. And in this video, I'm going to talk about leverage, which is one of my favorite things. Leverage, base definition. Hey, Karen, how's it going? Base definition, leverage is if I give one input, whatever that input is, how can I make sure that the output is not just one? So if it's 2 or 3, it can sometimes be 10, 100, even 1,000. Hey, Ricky, how's it going? Leverage is important because we all only have 24 hours in a day. So if I can turn my 24 hours into 48 hours of output, or 72 or 100 or 1,000, imagine how much more I can get done in my 24 hours. So if we're talking about optimizing life, I'm talking about business, and that's going to be the context that this is in. But it could be life too. You know, I'm a huge believer in optimizing and making the most out of every second and minute of my life and reaching my full potential. And leverage is really the best way to be able to do that, because like I said, leverage, my definition is I put one input in and I'm going to get 2 outputs or 3 outputs or whatever. So one basic way, as a kind of silly example that I'm leveraging right now, is I am doing one video. I am spending my time creating one video in terms of time unit of investment, but I have 3 videos going right now. I have Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And thank you for everyone who is watching live. If you're watching it live, give me a hashtag Royal. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay, just so I know. So for those of you just jumping in, hello, we're talking about leverage and the best way to leverage your time, because time is the most valuable resource that we have. You can always make more money. As far as I know, we haven't yet figured out a way to make more time. So this is the closest thing that we actually have of figuring out how to make more time. And the example that I just used is the time that I am spending. Let's say this is going to be a 15-minute video. I'm spending it once, but I'm creating a video on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram right now. So that's 45 minutes of output for what I am putting in 15 minutes. See, the input is 15 minutes and output is 45 minutes of content created on the 3 different platforms, which means that I just 3x'd my output. So you see how if I did this on a larger scale, if I can do that for 3 hours, all of a sudden, that's 9 hours. That's a full workday. And I only worked a third of a workday. Or if I can do it, it can go on and on and on. So just as a way of conceptualizing the importance of leverage and how exciting it can be to really make such a big difference. Because if everything that I did was 3 times the output, I'm getting 3 times more stuff done all the time. And then I have 3 times more time to spend with my loved ones or to spend on my hobbies or anything like that. So one of my favorite examples of leverage is my real estate team. I talk about this a lot. And also our course is really helping other agents that want leverage in their real estate business, helping them how to grow, recruit, maintain, retain, train, all of those fun things in their real estate business. And if we have a free training, if you're interested in that, it's going to be linked in all of my bios on here. But I love that because I can spend 1 hour, let's just say, or 1 unit of time recruiting an agent and talking to them about their business needs and how we can help them and why I think it would be better for their business to join us in the Royal Circle. And once that agent joins, our retention rates are very, very high. So they are likely going to spend the rest of their real estate career in the Royal Circle, which means that 1 hour of time, 1 unit of time, I actually now am working, since now that person is in the Royal Circle and I'm helping them a lot and we do a lot of trainings, and that's more units of time. But just for the base of it, that person is now going to be with me for 10, 20 years. Like, I'm going to die at EXP. So however long it takes, maybe even 50 years that agent is with us based on 1 hour conversation that I had with them. So that to me is a very good leverage of input output. And for those just jumping in, hey everyone, I'm talking about leverage and how time is our most valuable resource. So it's very good to figure out how to make 1 unit of time, 1 input of time, create more than that on the output. So 1 unit, 2 units back or 3 units back, 4 units back, etc. Another example that I spoke about recently is my YouTube channel. I have a new YouTube channel. To those on my other platforms, if you haven't subscribed yet, or if you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. I post new videos every single week, all about wealth building and real estate and marketing and mindset and all of these fun topics. So if you're enjoying this, go to Melanie Suber Royal Life and check out my other videos. But it's a newer channel. I wanted to make a new one. And I have 4 videos on there so far, and I just looked the other day and I have 6 hours of watch time, which is not a ton. Granted, it is a new channel and etc. But each video, let's just say each video took me 1 hour to make. That means I spent 4 hours building my channel, and let's even just call it 5 hours because I had to make the thumbnail and whatever. 5 hours building the channel, but I have had 6 hours watched back. So already my input of time, 5 hours, is less than my output of time, which to me, the output is interaction with people. So that's 6 hours, which is already more than 1. 5 is less than 6. And what's super cool about YouTube and content creation in general, but specifically on YouTube, is that those videos will live there forever. So 20 years from now, if someone wants to say, oh, what was Melanie doing back in 2023? They can go look and see me at this stage of my entrepreneurial journey and watch those videos and maybe watch my trainings or buy my courses or whatever it is. Those things are still working for me. So that leverage to me is a no-brainer. I would absolutely want to spend 1 hour on a YouTube video in order to get, again, infinite outputs. Infinite. So if you're with me right now, drop a crown in the comments so I know. If you have any questions about leverage, for those just jumping in, we're talking about leverage. And if you're new, I'm Melanie. I am obsessed with all things wealth building, wealth creation, entrepreneurship, marketing, etc. And so today I'm talking about leverage and how to add more leverage into your business. So I talk a lot to my agents, to everyone really, about making YouTube channel, because I think that's a very low barrier. Hey, Karen, thanks for the crown. Low barrier to entry in terms of leverage. Because anyone can make a YouTube channel. It's hard, it's scary, it's uncomfortable, and maybe I'll do another video about that later. But in terms of your time input and what you get out, there is an agent on our sister team, brand new agent, first year, made a YouTube channel, and he sold something like $80 million of real estate. And his channel is still working for him. So that was just his first year as a realtor. And the hard work and effort that he put into that channel, he is still getting leads from it, still getting real estate clients, still getting attention and eyeballs on it, which in that case, that's the output. So YouTube, very, very great way to build leverage in your business. Another one is employees. We recently hired a handful of appointment setters. So we had a meeting with them this morning. We spent an hour talking to them, training them, hyping them up. And now, while I'm doing this video, while I'm making lunch, while I'm walking our dog, they are working and setting appointments for us. So that was 1 hour of input. There were 3 people in the meeting. 3 times, let's just say they each work 8 hours, 24 hours. That's 1 full day that I got back for that 1 hour of investment. Now, hiring employees is something that everyone says you have to do it before you're ready, and that's the best way to scale. And I couldn't agree more. I am a big fan of having them. It's such a great way to increase your leverage. And I have been talking in leverage in terms of time. Another way to think about leverage in terms of input and output is money. And we're all realtors here. A lot of people are realtors. I'm a real estate agent, obviously. That's why a lot of people talk about getting a mortgage for your house, especially if it's an investment property. You can leverage the bank's money. You put down 3% or 20%, and the bank, let's say 20%, the bank gives you the other 80%. Yes, you have to pay it back, but in terms of today, what you need to put into the house, you're getting, let's say, a $500,000 house for $100,000 down at that point. So the input of that day is $100,000. The output that you're getting is a $500,000 house. So leverage can not just be time. I think time, like I said it earlier, if you were still here, or if you're new, time is our most valuable resource. The only way, you can always make more money, but you can't make more time, which is why I'm talking about how to leverage your time. This is the closest thing we can get to it. But you can leverage your money. You can leverage your experience. You can leverage a ton of other things. You can leverage other people's experience. We recently joined a $60,000 mastermind, and we're going to Rudy Moore's castle this weekend to spend time with him to leverage his experience. Jordan and I were just talking about this today. Rudy, let's just say he's been in marketing for 10 years. And also Rudy has been leveraging his mentors who, let's just say they've been in business for 50 years. So that means we are learning 60 years of experience from this mastermind. So we're going to be spending a weekend with all of them learning and growing and leveraging their experience. Some of their coaches have been in marketing for 30 years. So I don't need to wait 30 years to be in marketing. I can just say, hey, what do you think about this? I'm leveraging their experience. And my input is like 15 minutes to ask that question and get their response on it. So there's a million ways that you can leverage. And again, I'm talking about business, but you can do this in your personal life too. You can do this with books. Books are an amazing way of leverage. I want to learn about better ways to communicate with my spouse. There's a trillion books about that. I want to learn about better ways to feed my body and keep my body healthy. There are a million books about that. You can leverage someone's PhD that they spent 10 years studying whatever it is, macronutrients. You can spend a couple hours reading that book and your input is a couple hours, but the output is the information that took that person 10 years of studying and learning, and then they put it in a book for you, which is why also I'm obsessed with reading, because it's such a good shortcut of your input to output ratio. Kornamitra, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. If you guys are still with me, drop a crown if you're watching it live. Drop a crown if you're watching the replay. Let me know, #replay. I'm talking, for those just jumping in, I'm talking about the importance of leverage and how time is your most valuable resource. And the more that you can get out for whatever you're putting in terms of time, the better it's going to be. So another form of leverage that we love is, well, my background before I got my real estate license, I ran a marketing agency and my specialty was email marketing, because you can spend, let's just say 2 hours building an automated email sequence that then automatically drips on people forever, literally forever, as long as you have that software that's doing it for you. So that's in terms of input. My input, let's say I spent 2 hours writing 20 emails, and those 20 emails are each going to go out once a week. Now the output is 20 weeks worth of communication. 2 hours in, 20 weeks out. You see how this works? Now that's way more than 3 times your leverage, which is what the title of this video is, because there are some ways are better than others, which is also why the parenthesis says at least 3 times. So email automations are great. Also Facebook ads. Jordan spends 15 minutes uploading a Facebook ad, and then we put money into it. And now that ad is running while we're sleeping, while we're walking our dog, while we're making lunch, while I'm making these videos, all of these things. So the input is 15 minutes, the output is infinite. As long as we're putting money behind that ad, it's working for us and finding people. Of course, it's a little bit more complicated with Facebook ads. You have to know how to use them. And luckily I have Jordan. But it's all about, again, optimizing what I put in to what I put out. So there are a million ways that you can leverage your time, your money, your expertise, if you want to do it the other way, other people's expertise, anything like that. It's a game changer when you start viewing the world in terms of leverage and what can even this, if you're new, I challenged myself at the beginning of this quarter to go live once a week. And so at first I was just doing it on YouTube, and then it was YouTube and Facebook, and now it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So I'm always thinking, how can I get more for what I'm doing anyway? If I'm already walking, or let's say if I'm already at the gym, how can I leverage this time by also listening to an educational podcast or also listening to an audiobook? Anything that you're already doing, if you can figure out a way to multiply the output, then you're winning. Then you're adding more time into your day. And then when people say everyone has 24 hours, it's not necessarily true, because you're squeezing more time out of each of the times that you already have. So like anything, once you start thinking about things this way and looking at things this way, it gets easier, it gets better. The more you do it, also the more things you have, like the more we've leveraged our business, now we can have more, we are very leveraged in the Royal Circle because we have 125 agents, and now there's 125 people that can also be out and growing and recruiting agents to the Royal Circle, which of course we help a ton with. But it's no longer one-to-one. It is one-to-many. So once you set up leverage in one area, then it's easier to leverage other areas, because now we basically have that whole business running and we can focus and launch our other business, which is what we've been doing with our course. So if you're interested in leverage, let me know. We can have a conversation. It's one of my favorite things to talk about because it is such a game changer for your life, for your business, for whatever it is. And if you're interested specifically in leveraging your real estate team, we have a free training, www.recruitsecrets.com, free training about really how to, if you're brand new and you want to start a real estate team and leverage your time, or if you're already in it and you've been struggling and you want more guidance, it will help anywhere, wherever you're at. But whatever you're doing, my call to action for you today is to just figure out a way that you can leverage your time better anywhere in your life. It can be your personal life, it can be your business, it can be your social media, it can be anything. If you need help brainstorming, let me know. Like I said, I'm always here to chat with you. And thank you all for tuning in. I'll be back next week. Actually, next Monday, we'll be at the castle. And so I probably won't be live on Monday, but maybe another day next week. But in the meantime, remember, you are all kings and queens, and abundance is your birthright. I'll see you at the top. Have the best day yet.